There we go. We're talking about 80-day obsession today. And I really, I wanted to do like a prep week for everybody, but this program is so unique in a lot of its components that I felt like doing a call would be more beneficial, because you guys get all the information all at once, and then you can ask your questions, because I know everybody's going to have questions, right? So we're going to get right to it. I did make a PowerPoint just to make sure I cover everything that we have to cover. And then if you guys have questions along the way, feel free. I'll pause and ask if you guys have questions. But if you want to write them down and ask at the end too, if you feel like if it's something that's only going to apply to you, hold it till the end. But if it's something that's going to apply for everybody else, like it's a question like, oh, I'm not really sure how that works, then go ahead and you can unmute yourself or chat, or put it in the chat, whatever you feel more comfortable doing. And then we'll cover those. I am going to share my screen. Hopefully this will work, because you guys know I am tech challenged. So it may work, it may not. We'll see. Can you guys see it? Okay, fantastic. I'm just going to leave it like that so that we don't mess with it. Let me see if I could take that out, would be good. I know that there's a way to do that. We'll just leave it. I want to say it's like this, but can you guys see that? Can you still see the screen? All right, fantastic. So then we're gonna use that. Okay, so 80-day obsession. It is it's very misleading, because it is not 80 days, it's 97 days. I don't know if you guys knew that, but it's actually 80 workouts. And so when this program was launched, or before this program was launched, I had the really awesome opportunity to be a part of the test group with Autumn. And so I kind of consider myself a little bit of an expert on the program. One, because I've done it 3 times. And then 2, because I did get to clarify all those questions by the creator. Like, she actually did sit down and make this program. She wrote it, she designed it. Everything was made by Autumn. The nutrition part, we worked with a nutritionist, so we had a little bit more of a leeway, because we learned a little bit more about how to read labels. And so if for example a yellow wasn't in the list, we had a little bit more flexibility, because we would just ask, like, are we allowed to have this? And she would look at the content of the food, and then she would give us a yes or no. So like, that's how we got to have Kodiak waffles and pancakes for yellows, and that was really cool, because that's not in the program. But just in case you guys want to know, you can have Kodiak waffles and pancakes, because I kind of lived off those. So they, you can find them on the frozen section. I think a lot of the grocery stores carry them. So let's talk about how it works. So we're going to go straight into it. Before you start the program, and this is probably goes, if you've done a Beachbody program before, this doesn't change. First thing you want to do is make sure that you go on Beachbody On Demand, click on the program. If you look on the tabs up top, you're going to see 3 tabs, right? You're going to see the workouts, and you're going to see the workout over. It's here. You can look at the screen. I'm showing it to you guys here. I screenshot it so you can see it. So when you click on 80-Day Obsession or any other program, you're going to see 3 tabs. One says Overview, the middle one says Workout List, and then the other one says Program Materials. In Program Materials, you're going to find everything that you need to know about 80-Day Obsession. People ask me, how come, like, if I ordered like the 80-Day Obsession Challenge Pack, how come I don't get the book? Well, it's a really long book. Like, I'm gonna show you guys here what I did. And so what I did was I downloaded it in PDF form. I sent it to Kinko's or FedEx, I think it was, and I had them print it out in beautiful, pretty color, and I put a cover on it, and I had it spiraled. So I have a book, but you guys can see it's like a Bible. It's so big. And one of the reasons for that is that you have tracker sheets, right? And we'll talk a little bit more about these, but you're going to need those. So it's not, you may not need to download the whole program, but you will need your tracker sheets. And so that will be something that you're going to be printing out. So you might as well just do what I did. I think I paid about $15 to do this. It's worth it. You have it in your hands. If you like to take notes, you have a little space here to write your measurements, your weight and your measurements. So this is something that you're going to use a lot. So I definitely recommend doing something like this. If you are challenged like I am, just ask me, because if I was able to figure this out, I'm sure you will be too. It's really not that hard. You just download the PDF and then you send it over, like you go on the FedEx, or I'm sure Staples and other places where you can print can also do it, or you can print it at home, but it's a lot of pages. So just know you're probably going to run out of ink by the end of it. So that's my suggestion. You don't have to do it, but it will help you. So I'm going to give you guys all of the resources that I use. And I think that this is a program, you're going to find it. It's not the easiest program. So you're going, like I said, it has a lot of components to it. So you want to make sure that you set yourself up for success. The way I do that is by having all the resources that I could possibly have in my hands. I prep, I get ready, I get a little nerdy about these things because I know the program works really, really well, but if you're missing even one of those components, it could throw your whole journey off. And when you start to do the workouts, you're going to see that, you know, they're challenging. You're going to be sore. You know, there's a lot that's involved with the workouts itself. It's like an hour long. So you don't want to be working out, you know, so hard and going through all that and then not doing the other parts, which is the nutrition, the self-care, you know, the supplements. You want to make sure that you're incorporating it all, because you want to make sure you get the full benefit of the hard work that you're putting in, right? So before you even start, make sure you take your before picture and measurements. I'm going to make a post on our group just to make sure that everybody's done it. If you're brave and you want to post your before pictures, that would be awesome. Like, that really helps people that are starting out in our group to start to see that it's a safe place and they feel more comfortable when they see us doing it. So I will definitely be posting my before pictures, and I'll be reminding everybody to do it. If you are very timid and you don't want to post your pictures, you don't want it out there, and I totally understand, just make sure you take them and then say, you know, and then comment there that it's done, just so we know that you guys did it, because this is, I really am going to need everybody to do the before picture and measurements. This program the skill will mess with you. It will mess with you. It is the way it's designed. It's not a program for weight loss. Weight loss does happen, don't get me wrong, but it is a program that where you're gonna be changing your body composition. And if you know anything about that, like, your muscle is just going to be replacing the fat. So you're gonna be burning fat, building muscle. That means that the scale is probably not going to reflect, like, it's not going to look the same that you are used to seeing it. And so you might go up a couple pounds in the first couple of weeks, and that will really mess with people. And then they'll get discouraged because they're like, oh, I'm gaining weight. Well, you're gaining muscle. It's okay. Like, you know what I mean? So we have to really work on changing that mindset behind the scale. I really encourage you guys not to weigh yourself every day for this one. And I know for 2B Mindset, you guys do it with the everyday scale, and I get that. So this is Time Nutrition. It's a little different. So don't do it, because it's going to mess with you. It's going to mess with you. So I'm giving you guys like a, you know, if you want to do it once every week, that would be awesome. That's what I'll be doing. I actually started this week, and it's harder than you would think not to step on the scale every day when you're used to it. But do it once a week, or if you want to not do it until the end of the program, even better, you know, but you will be taking pictures and measurements along the way, even if you don't step on the scale. But make sure you guys do it, and make sure, if you're a coach, make sure your challengers are doing it. You know, hold them accountable, message them once a week and say, did you get it? You know, did you get your measurements? Did you get your pictures? Because that's going to make a big difference in whether or not they stick with the program. The second thing is calculate your calorie bracket. So this program has 3 phases. Phase 1 has a different calculation than the other phases. So you want to make sure that your calculates don't go by portion fix. Go by this. Okay, unless you have the portion fix where you can look at Time Nutrition, and I'm sure it's the same as this, but make sure don't go by, like, if you, I do the 21-day fix all the time, I've always been an A. Make sure you do it for this program. It is a little different. This program has a bulk, build, and lean the phases are broken down in those 3 categories, right? So you're going to be bulking the first month. And that's why I said the scale will probably mess with you. Just trust the process and know that they know what they're doing. So just trust it. And then the second thing is, should you be in maintenance or weight loss? And I know a lot of us have those like last 5 or 10 vanity pounds that we want to lose. And usually that's the one we fluctuate up and down on. We're always up, down. Anybody else like that? I'm like that all the time. If I'm really focused with my program, I'm usually down those 5 pounds. If I'm not really focused, as I'm not being right now, it goes up 5 to 10 pounds. And so those are vanity pounds. So it's not really weight loss. So if you are in that category where you have less than 10 pounds to lose, Autumn encourages you to be in a maintenance plan. So if you're familiar with that, like you can look at the calculation right there. It will show you if you want to maintain your current weight, skip the next calculation and use your maintenance calories to find your plan. So for me, like for weight loss, I'm usually in A, and for maintenance, I'm usually in C. That's a big difference in food. So you want to make sure that you're in the right bracket. If you are on weight loss, if you have more than 10 pounds to lose and you're on weight loss, awesome. You're probably going to go on a lower bracket. But if you have those 10 pounds, like that's where it starts to mess with you, because you're like, well, I have less than 10 pounds. Like say I have 8 pounds to lose, but I want to lose those 8 pounds. So if I go on maintenance, won't I keep that 8 pounds? And maybe it's possible, but you definitely change your body composition. So you're going to see it in inches. Like I'll give you guys an example. When I started in this program, I was on plan A and I did the first 2 weeks in A, and you're burning a lot of calories. So I was miserable. I was starving. I was waking up in the middle of the night hungry, and that's not what this program is designed to do. So, I worked with Autumn, and it was really challenging for me because I had been in A so long that it was a really hard time for me to go bump it up to C, because I really didn't believe that I was going to be able to get the results that I wanted to get if I bumped it up. And when I started eating it, it was an emotional process for me, because I was like, I cannot understand how this is going to work when I'm eating this much food, and C was a lot of food. And it was hard for me, but I started the program wearing a size 6, and I ended the program wearing a size 0. And my weight barely changed. I lost 9 pounds. So it wasn't a big weight loss, but I dropped so many sizes. I was wearing a size 0 for the first time in my life, which, it was just bizarre to me that it actually worked that way, but it did. And so I just need you guys to trust me on this one. If you have less than 10 pounds to lose, I really highly encourage you to be in maintenance. And again, that might be an emotional process for you, just like it was for me, especially if you've been on it for a long time. But trust the process, because you especially in this first phase, you're eating a lot of calories because you are bulking. And that is hard for us to do. Like as women, we don't want to bulk, right? And I'm not saying you're going to get big, but you need all that food, because you are actually putting on the foods that you need. It's not, when I say it's a lot of food, it's a lot of good food. So don't worry so much about the amounts, but focus on, being in the right bracket and just seeing how you feel. And again, if you start on weight loss, right? Let's say you start in A, and sorry, this slide's going to take the longest time for us to cover because this is really important. If you start off in A because you want to lose 11 pounds, right? You want to lose 11 pounds and you start off in A. And like me, you start to get headaches and you're really hungry, and you're hungry all the time. All you think about is food, and you're waking up in the middle of the night and you're tired, you're dizzy, whatever. Those are signs that you might be under eating, right? You might be in the wrong bracket. So you may need to bump it up. One really good rule of thumb is if you are within 100 to 200 calories of the next plan, you have that leeway. So let's say, for example, for A, it goes up to 1,499 calories, right? It's between 1,200 and 1,500. If you are within let's say you do your calculation and you are 1,405 calories, right? You're really on the higher end of A. You have that free range where you can say, I'm just going to go to B and I'm just going to eat in B. And that's fine. What I really want to advise you against is, let's say you want to lose weight and you would be in plan A for weight loss and plan C for maintenance. for you to just decide, well, I'm just going to eat and be because that's in between. That's not how it works. You're either on weight loss or you're on maintenance. You can't decide and pick, oh, okay, well, I just feel like this would be best for me. No, follow the calculation unless you fall in that category that I just told you guys about, where you're at like 100 to 200 calories, you know, within the plan, then you can bump up or bump down, whatever. But really, it's going to be a listen to your body type of thing. You're going to start off in a plan, and that's where we're going to work together, and we're going to decide whether, you know, don't change it on your own. Don't start it off and be like, oh, 3 days in, I'm starving, I'm going to change. No, give it a week, see how you feel, see how, you know, how your results come along. Most importantly, pay attention. It might be a good time for you guys to start journaling how you're feeling, you know, after you eat, or if you're hungry, if you're tired, like journal or just write that stuff down so that you can have an idea, because we think we know, and then, you know, until we journal, we don't really see the patterns. It may be too that if you are eating like your nutrition is not that great right now, and you start doing this and you start doing time nutrition, now you're eating super clean, your body is going to miss the carbs, your body is going to miss the sugar, your body is going to miss the, you know, the stuff that you've been eating. And so you might go through a little detox the first week. So that's not like true hunger. That's just you detoxing the headaches and feeling tired and sluggish and kind of, you know, a little, irritable. You may see those things, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you are under eating. It may just be a detox that you're going through. So you kind of have to determine from that too, like you're going to have to discern, is this really weight loss, is this, am I really hungry, or am I just detoxing? So those are things that your coach can help walk you through. Definitely, you're not meant to be starving, just like I was. Like, don't do what I did. You know, I started in the wrong plan because I did have I had 5 pounds to lose when I started, right? That's all I wanted to lose. But in my head, I was like, it's weight loss, I got to lose 5 pounds, so let me go in the weight loss plan. I was wrong. So don't do what I do, learn from my mistakes. And then if you have less than 5, remember, you guys, we have 3.5 months to go through this program. So there's a lot of leeway for you to get it wrong, adjust, get it wrong, adjust, get it right. You know what I mean? And just kind of walk with it. You don't have to get it right the first week. This is going to be really good for you guys to start listening to your body and just kind of learning how it operates. It's a cool process and a cool journey. But go in it with that open mind and just kind of like, the most important thing that I want you guys to get from all that I just said is follow the plan as it is laid out. Okay, follow it as it's laid out, as the creator tried to intended for it to be, because she's the expert. We're not, right? We think we know, but we're not. So let's just do what she said to do and then adjust as necessary. Thankfully, I still have a little bit of access to Autumn. So if anything comes up and we really have a question that we don't have an answer to, I can always reach out to her and ask. All right, so time nutrition meal plan. So we're going to talk a little bit about time nutrition. This slide might take a little bit of time for us to go over too. Are there any questions about the calorie bracket? So you guys want to hold to the end, or you guys want to unmute and ask? You can. Let me find my time nutrition. What open here? Okay, so as far as time nutrition goes, you're going to find your plan, and the main things that the main difference between Portion Fix, which maybe you guys are familiar with, and time nutrition, is that now you have this, like, a certain amount of containers to eat per meal, right? And this varies according to your plan. You are not allowed to change around the containers, and there's a reason for that. So if you've done Ultimate Portion Fix and you kind of got familiar with that program, you'll understand the Portion Fix, right? So when we're talking about the containers, they give you overall amount of what you're supposed to eat every day. So you have a lot of freedom to eat those containers whenever you see fit, right? There's no time behind it. You can, it's suggested that you eat every 2 to 3 hours, but you don't have to. As long as you're getting in all your containers at the end of the day, you're good to go. So what ends up happening a lot of times is that people, they'll eat all their carbs early in the morning or whatever it is, and then at night they have like 5 green containers left and 1 protein and an orange and a blue, and that's not ideal, because your body can only digest a certain number of nutrients at any given time. So if you eat 5 servings of veggies, it still can only take in 1 serving of veggies. Does that make sense? So you're eating 5, but it's not fueling your body the correct way. You needed those veggies earlier in the day with the other meals to add in that fiber to help you move your digestive system along for a number of reasons. And so when we talk about time nutrition, this is portion fix like on steroids, right? Because this is like it's taking it to the next level and just saying, okay, you need all these containers, but this is how you're going to eat them so that you're fueling your body all through the day. And remember, the goal of 80 Day Obsession is to change your body composition, right? So burn fat, build muscle. For that to happen, you need to eat these containers as they are laid out. And so the most important thing when you look at your time nutrition plan is your workout block. So when you're looking at the workout block, you'll see that your carbs are placed around your workout. And there's a reason for that, right? Before your workout, because you're going to need the energy for your workout. Again, these are hour-long workouts. If you're used to doing half an hour workouts, you're going to feel this. It's different, and you're going to need that energy. And so you're going to eat your carbs and your protein and your veggie and your healthy fat right before you work out. And this is 60 to 90 minutes before. And then you're going to do within 30 minutes after your workout, you're going to be eating your purple and your recover if you get the recover. I love the supplements for that reason because they're free food. So like any free food that I can eat and not have to count me in, right? See, if you're going to drink your Energize, you're going to do that before your workout. And again, there's times for all of this and for a reason. You're giving your body time to digest and process it so that you can utilize that those nutrients for your workout and after your workout, right? Because after you work out, you're also going to be depleted from glycogen and you're going to need a little sugar, so sugar and protein are the main things that you want after a workout. So you're going to get your fruit right after your workout, right? And your protein with your recover. And then 1 to 2 hours after you work out, you can have your post-workout meal. So that workout block cannot change in the sense that whenever you do your workout, you're going to build yourself around that workout block. And that's the most important part of time nutrition. So if you are unable to get everything right, at least get that right. I really say focus on getting that workout block like down to a T, and then you can move on to the other parts. Now, the other meals, you can change them around. You can have them wherever you want, but you cannot change the containers, right? So you can change the meal number 1, which is the purple and the protein, right? The purple and the red. You can put that wherever you want in your day, as long as you keep the purple and the red together. Does that make sense? So you cannot change the containers that are in the meal, but you can place your meals wherever you want. And so you have a little bit of flexibility there. Any questions about time nutrition? Okay. So the one thing that I hear a lot of people ask is, I work out really early in the morning. How am I going to get my pre-workout meal in? Right? Because a lot of us are used to get up, work out before the kids are up. So we're working out at 5:30 in the morning. So that becomes really difficult to get that, it's hard to, first of all, it's hard to eat that big of a meal at 5 o'clock in the morning, if you know what I mean. The advice that I give, try to follow it as close as you can. You might have to adjust your workout time. You might need to. If you want to follow time nutrition correctly, you do want your pre-workout meal and your post-workout meal. That's really not negotiable. That being said, don't not do the program because that's not doable for you, right? Then if you cannot, adjust and do what you got to do. For me, I can actually eat the pre-workout meal and go work out right after. So, give myself half an hour. I get up, I eat right away, and it's hard. Again, it's hard. I never claimed that this was going to be an easy program. It's hard to do that, especially if you're not used to it. But what I would do is, what I used to have a lot was I would make hard-boiled eggs because for some reason those are easy for me to eat in the morning. I would have a toast with some, peanut butter on it or something like that. And then the greens, I would take the power. I bought the power greens and I would just drink a shot of it because a shot of it is a serving. Those power greens, actually, I should go now online and order some because the power greens were so helpful to me because it's hard sometimes to find a green. You're going to be out and you're going to see, when you're out on the road or something, like it's hard sometimes to find the veggies. It's easy to find the carb and it's easy to find the protein. but it is hard to find the veggies sometimes. And so for me, having those power greens is really awesome. One shot or 2 scoops is 1 serving. So I would just mix that with water, take a shot of it, and then eat my hard-boiled eggs and my toast, call it a day, go work out. Then drink my Energize right after and go work out. So that was my pre-workout meal. And I did that, I was working out, 5:30 in the morning. So I would get up at 5, eat it right away, and go work out right after. So it didn't take me any longer to digest it than taking my Energize, what I do right now, right? It wasn't any different. So I'm able to do that. My husband cannot do that. If he does that, he will throw up. And it just sits in his stomach. He cannot eat before he works out. If that's you, then that is the time when you're going to be like, okay, can I continue to work out early in the morning? I know that that's what you love to do, but sometimes you might not be able to do that. So if you're not able to do that, can you move your workout to a later time in the day so that you'll be able to eat your pre-workout meal and your post-workout meal and follow Time Nutrition the way it's meant to be? If that is an absolute no, you're not going to be able to do that 100%, then maybe just eat something small, maybe just have the power greens, maybe just have the hard-boiled eggs, just, tie to, or the carb. I think the carb is probably the most important. So maybe have just the toast and then go, and do that and do your workout. If you cannot do that either, then do your workout and then have your post-workout meal and, put in your pre-workout meal like right after or something. Adjust it as necessary. Don't not do the program because of it, but try to stay within Time Nutrition as close as you think. And I definitely highly encourage you, even if you don't think you can do it, try it. Try it and see how you feel. Obviously, if you are eating it and then throwing up in your workout because, you didn't have enough time to digest it, then don't. Ideally, you want 60 to 90 minutes before. But if you're like me and it doesn't faze you and you can eat and go work out, then that's okay too. That's what I did, and I was fine. And Autumn is like me. She can eat and go work out. So I know just people are different, so you figure out what works for you and then follow that. All right, next, I'm moving on from Time Nutrition. I know that's all the questions that are going to come up with Time Nutrition. I know that just going forward, it's what's going to happen. So if you think of any questions, make sure that you put it in the chat box, because if you think of it, somebody else is going to have that same question. As far as supplements go, like I said, love my supplements because they really, really help. You're going to want these. You're going to want these. I'm just going to tell you, you're going to want them. The Shakeology, you're going to want it because it's a really convenient meal. You're eating six meals a day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 meals a day. You're eating 6 meals a day. So think about that, right? You're going to be cooking a lot of food and you're going to be prepping a lot of food. Shakeology is just an easy one. You throw it in a container, that was usually my what was it, the red and the purple meal, whatever that was. That's the one I used to have it in. Really easy, one and done, so you're going to want it. So it's just easier for you. And the performance line, I used everything except creatine. Creatine, I get a lot of questions about it. Should I be using creatine because I'm trying to build muscle? There is no reason a woman needs creatine. Not 100%, no reason. So my recommendation is no. I got that straight from Autumn. Not my idea. I don't know anything. I don't even know what creatine is. I just know it takes away your, it pulls the water or something from your body, and it's really good for men that want to bulk up and get huge. We don't want to bulk up and get huge. I don't think any woman wants to do that here. So you can skip it. But everything else, that Recover, the purple one, is gold.
Bomb.
Shane loves it. Shane really does like it. It will make a true difference. It's got some kind of like a protein, so you build muscles when you sleep. I don't know if you guys know this, but when you're taking it, there's actually some kind of it's a different kind of protein. It's a different kind of amino acid that really helps you build muscle. And you just sleep like a baby and you don't wake up sore. You'll go to sleep sore, you will wake up refreshed and ready to go. So I highly recommend it. It was gold for me. I just got a bottle or a container, a jar of it the other day. And I'm so grateful that I did, because you're going to need it. So I highly recommend it. The Recover, I don't use Recover every day. I use it when I need it. So a hard leg day or something that I felt like I was a little sore and I needed it, I would have it. I didn't have it every day. It's really delicious if you mix it with frozen cherries and you blend it. It's delicious. It's like a Cherry Garcia. And I used to have that a lot. So just, you can have it. Don't need it, but hydrate. Yeah, it depends on you. And like, do you drink a lot of water? If you don't, hydrate might be a good idea. And Energize, you're going to need Energize. We always need Energize. So those are the ones I recommend. You can definitely make it, you know, take or leave whatever is best for you, but you're going to want this. So another advice that I give, if you're not already a discount coach, sign up as a discount coach just for the length of this program, to get the discount on the supplements. You're going to need them. You're going to want them, right? They're free food. They're going to help you. So it's a no-brainer to me. Sign up for as a discount coach, get your discount on the products. And if you don't want to be a discount coach after, cancel it. But throughout the length of the program, you're probably going to want it. It'll save you some money. As far as equipment goes, so you're going to need weights. And for these, you're going to need light, medium, and heavy. What light, medium, and heavy look like to you may be different than what they are for me. So you kind of have to see it. The way you judge it is you can pick up a set of weights. Let's say you pick up 5-pound weights, right? And if you do some shoulder presses with it and it's very easy and you're like, oh yeah, this is nothing. That's probably not, like, you want to do 10 reps at least. And if you didn't feel anything with it, then that's probably too light for you. You want light weights. You should be able to do 10 reps. You know, you feel it. It's not like, oh my God, I'm just doing this. Like, you should at least feel it. That would be your light. And then for your light, you can bump up 5 and another 5 for your, so let's see, you did that with 5s and you felt it. Okay, so then that's your light. If you, your medium should be a 10. And then your heavies will probably be between a 15 or a 20. I definitely would go with a 20 for a leg day. I'm not joking, you guys. She's going to challenge you guys where you're going to be picking up 50 pounds for your sumo squats and all that stuff. It bumps up as you go. You want to build up. So you want to make sure that you have like the proper weights. Don't want to see any of you guys doing leg day with 10s in your hands. I will kill you. We're talking about at least 15, 20 pounds doing your leg days. I will call you out on it if I see it, because, you know, 10-pound weights for legs. Your legs are your big muscles. You should be able to pick up some heavy ones. It may be a good idea to invest in those little Bowflex, the adjustable weights, because if you have small space, you're going to need a wide range of weights. And so if you have a small space, it may be a little bit tricky to have all those weights laying around in your apartment or whatnot. But you need, so that might be a good idea. It is an investment, but hey, you're getting tax returns soon, right? So invest in your Bowflex. I know you can find them for $150 on Amazon. That's the cheapest I've seen it. And, you know, where I get all my weights, or where I got all my weights when I was starting, was Craigslist. I bought a lot, like, people get rid of them a lot. So go on Craigslist and look for it. Like, people are always getting rid of them. Even those adjustable ones, I've seen people get rid of them. So that might be a good idea just to take out. She called me. Oh yeah, I did. I will. I'll call you out. If I see you with 10s in your hands doing leg day, I will call you out. Resistance bands. So this Beachbody has the ones that I use. I have bought some off Amazon that I did not like, so I just kind of stick with the ones that Beachbody has. They do order them from Perform Better, which are on Amazon. So if you want to order the same ones that Beachbody has, just use the brand Perform Better. They are a little bit more expensive than the others, but they don't snap on you. You will have the band snap. You're not going to have, you're not going to start with one set of bands and end the program with one set of bands, especially because they lose their elasticity. So, you know, towards the middle of the program, you're going to notice that it's the yellow. You don't even feel any resistance anymore, because as you stretch them, they lose their, you know, they lose their strength. So you're going to need to replace those. So my recommendation, get a couple sets just to start, in case one snaps, you're not like, you know, left stranded in the middle of a workout because you don't have the proper band. So get a couple of different sets. Beachbody does sell them, so if you want to order them there. The sliders, I definitely use. I'm going to call them slides, because I was talking to somebody about the program, and I said, you're going to need sliders, and she's like, I'm thinking about hamburgers right now. Stop saying sliders. So I like, okay, slides they are. I like the ones that Beachbody has the best, the discs with the things on the bottom. I've tried a couple from Amazon that I did not love. They slide, like, if they're flat and not a disc, like, you know, if they don't have that little bit of a shape to it, they slide off from under my feet, and it really frustrates me. So I like the one that has the disc, because your feet kind of stay in it. And those are the ones that Beachbody has. You can find them on Amazon too. I think on Amazon, I actually saw them a little bit more pricey than they were with Beachbody. So you might want to, if you have a Beachbody on-demand membership, you can just bump up and get like a what is it called? A completion pack, an 80-day obsession completion pack, and then you can order your supplements and get your equipment, your bands and your sliders, like a little bit cheaper. So that might be a good option. A foam roller, highly recommend. Highly recommend. I have several different ones because of 80-day obsession. This was when I asked my husband for my Theragun because I was so sore. Like, I'm not joking, you guys, and I'm not exaggerating. You're gonna be, if you're using the right weights, you're gonna be sore for 80 days. Promise you, it is not, you're going to be sore. So you want to, invest in a foam roller so you can use it on the weekends. Make sure you're rolling it all out. This helps you not only like to continue to build muscle and to give it like the proper range of motion that you need for your workouts. So it's going to help you prevent injuries, right? Not only for comfort, because you're going to be tight and it's going to hurt to walk around, especially leg days. So you want to make sure you have like a good foam roller. You can use a pool noodle for this, I know, but the foam rollers are a little bit it works better. So if you can buy a foam roller, great. If not, use a pool noodle, but definitely make sure that you're getting those kinks out of your body, and you're gonna thank me for that advice. A core mat, if you have one, is just for ab days. We do a lot of work on core. So you want to protect your back and make sure you don't get injured, and that mat is helpful for that. So the Beachbody one's the one I use, but I'm sure you can find them on Amazon. They are a little bit thicker than like a yoga mat. So you want to, just to look for a comfort mat, core comfort mat. Like I said, they protect your back because you're going to be rolling on and rolling off, and you want to make sure your back is good to go. So I talked about this already. Why did I put this in here? So as far as the workouts go, there are 3 phases. Phase 1 is 4 weeks, right? So you're doing 4 weeks in the first phase, 4 weeks in the second phase, 4 weeks on the last phase, and then you do something that's called peak week. So that's how it ends up being 97 days. Bulk, build, and lean. So our first phase is bulking. She did not even mention this on the program. You'll never see it, because if people hear bulk, they run the other way because they're like, I don't want to bulk. So remember, this is a program that it was the way it's designed. You're not going to bulk and look like, the Hulk. It's just the way it's designed. It's just what it's called. So don't get distracted by the name. It's just the workouts, the way we're going to be doing the workouts, and the food, the time nutrition. It's going to help us put in a little bit more, get a little bit more of the nutrients that we need in order to start building on the next phase. So it's a foundational thing. So just follow the program as it is. Don't be scared. You're going to do great. It's going to be amazing. Don't let me scare you with those words. Everybody's just like, I just want to lean. You can't skip to the last phase. You would hate yourself if you skip to phase 3 without doing the other 2 phases, and they wouldn't work, because again, this is the same way that people that are prepping for bikini competitions, this is what they follow. And they're very extreme with their eating plans. Ours is not as extreme because nobody here is looking to get on stage, but the format is the same and it does work out the same way. So if you just follow it, you're going to be very happy that you did. It is 6 days a week. We get 1 day off. If you need to adjust this so that your day off is not on Sunday, do so. But it is the way it's designed is you're going to get a day off on Sundays. There's no off days. There's no rest days. It's go, go, go every day. The workouts vary between 30 to 60 minutes. I think cardio flow, which is probably the hardest days. Yeah, I hate cardio flow, but it's look at Laura. Laura's done it before. She's like, yeah, cardio flow is challenging. You build up to it, but it is. You'll see it. I'm not gonna ruin it for you, but it's the shorter one. So that one I think is 30 minutes. Cardio core I think is a little bit easier too, and that one is also a little shorter. But the days that you're picking up weights, so we're talking about AAA, leg day. What's the other one? Total body core. I forget what the other one is, but those days where you're picking up weights, you're doing sets. The cool thing about 80-day obsession, so filmed in real time, so you're never going to get the same workout, right? Every day is going to be different. So you want to make sure you're on the right day when you do it. And I highly recommend getting yourself a calendar and crossing them off so you know which workout you're supposed to be doing every single day, because I messed up more than once. And the last thing you want to do is, oh, I just finished the workout, realized that was wrong, and I got to do the right workout. You're going to hate yourself for that. So make sure you're doing the right workout every day. I will be running a Zoom call. It's going to be at 6:30 every day. So if you want to hop on the Zoom, that would be awesome. We start at 6:30. We'll be finishing around 7:30 every day. That's Eastern time. So if you want to hop on that, I'd love to have you. I will make sure I have the right workouts. So you won't have to worry about that. What else? Oh, and the tracker sheets. I already mentioned it, but make sure you guys print those off. You're going to need them. What's next? Make sure, okay, so if you feel the need to go up in weights because you're not being challenged, you're not sore, it's a really good oh, awesome, Laura, you can join us or we can join you. We'll do it together. If your weights are not challenging you, make sure that you use your best judgment here and integrity, and make sure that you're challenging yourself. You don't want to go through a 97-day program not using the correct weights. You're not going to have the right results. You're not going to have the best results. You want to make sure that you give yourself the opportunity to really see change, right? So make sure that you use the best, your best judgment here. The weights are challenging you. You're super sore. She will guide you through this. I don't have to be saying it, but it's just a reminder to have a lot of different weights and make sure that you are using the right ones. You use the tracker sheets. They're going to help. And then evaluate your progress weekly. Like go back every week, set a small goal every week. If you know something is really challenging for you, set that goal to make it better. Like find a way that you can improve on that. Set that goal, put it out, write it out, and put it somewhere where you see it often. And then make sure that every week, at the end of the week, you're evaluating your progress. Right? What were your non-scale victories this week? People ask me all the time, like, how can I make sure that I don't quit? And I promise you, we have, I don't know how many, we have 7 people on this call. Out of these 7 people, at least one person's not going to do it. And I'm not saying this to be mean. I'm saying somebody's going to give up on this program. And we're starting with 20, 22, or however many. We're not going to end with 22, I promise you. And the reason is people do lose their motivation. It is a hard program. I'm saying this stuff not to scare you. I'm saying it to set a realistic expectation for you guys. And the reason I do that is because you can come in with all the motivation that you want to start, but how do you keep that motivation, right? Because it is a long program. So how are you going to do that for 97 days? The way that you do this is how I'm telling yourself, like I'm telling you guys this stuff. I put this in the slides for a reason. You're going to have to keep track of your non-scale victories. That's going to keep you motivated. That's going to keep you moving forward. When you go up those 5 pounds and you're just freaking out because you're thinking that the program is not working because you're eating too much food, you're going to freak out and want to quit, and you're going to want to change it. And then when you change it and you don't start seeing the results, you're going to quit. So don't do that, right? Just keep track of your non-scale victories, set that small goal, keep working towards it, kind of put your head down and say, I'm going to do this for the next 97 days the way that Autumn designed it. I'm going to follow the instructions of my coach. I'm going to lean into my team for support. I'm going to ask my questions. If I have a struggle, I'm going to open up about it. I know when I was going through the original group, going 97 days without alcohol was difficult for me. And that was a really eye-opener. It's like, wow, if I cannot go 97 days without wine, then something is wrong. Like I need help. And so I opened up about that in a group, and it was hard for me to like have that realization that I was like, wow, I didn't realize that it had that much of a stronghold on me. And so opening up was crucial for me to get through those 97 days, because other people were struggling with it too. And so we were able to get in a little small chat together, and we kept each other accountable to not drinking for those 97 days. So that was something that I had to do. That was a personal struggle I had to overcome. And so I encourage you guys to find out what those struggles are for you and open up about them and deal with them openly. And I know that's really hard. And it was hard for me because it's vulnerable. It makes you vulnerable. Like to open up and admit that you have that kind of a problem was hard. And so, but it was such a game changer in my life, because once I realized that I could do 97 days without alcohol, that was a really big, like, I was like, okay, that doesn't own me. I can say no when I don't want to, and it was important for me in my journey, not just with the fitness world, but, with everything else in my life. And so you might have something like that. Maybe it's not wine. Maybe it's, soda. Maybe it's, bread. I don't know. It could be so many things. We lean on so many things for comfort and support. We really need to, you can overcome that, is my point. But you're not going to do that on your own. And if you have that little small secret where you're like, you're doing the program, but you're actually just eating the bread on and silent, you're not gonna feel accomplished at the end of the program, you know? So open up about those and then find support in it. That's the beauty of doing this with the group, is that you will find other people who are struggling with the same thing, or who might have overcome it. And that can give you some tips and some, you know, some ideas on how you can do this. So definitely lean to the group for support. Choose what you're going to focus on. Make sure you know your why. Why are you doing this? Why is this even important? Because people don't have motivation. What they have is a vision for what they want to accomplish. That vision, that you know, that knowing, that expectation of reaching that goal is what keeps people motivated. So if you don't have a really strong reason of why you're doing this, you're probably going to find it harder to stick with it than other people who do have a vision, right? And so have that vision, have it clear, write it down, you know, visualize yourself finishing the 97 days. How are you going to feel? How are you going to look? How are your clothes going to fit? You know, how is everything going to change around you if you're able to do this? How many of you have been able to do a 97-day program? Like, have you guys ever been able to do that? I know it's hard, right? But once you do it, don't you feel like you can take on the world? You're like, oh my gosh, I feel amazing. So it's a beautiful journey to go on. Just know with the right expectations, like you're going to hit some bumps along the road, but that's what we're here for, right? And make sure you share your progress with the group. That does help. It helps hold you accountable. And then if you have something that like makes it easier for you to get that done, and share it, right? If you figured out, like, you had a problem and you were able to overcome it, share that with the group too, because it might help somebody else who's having a struggle, hasn't been able to open up about. Check into the group. Make sure this is where the support and accountability comes in. Check into the group daily. Put a reminder on your phone if it means that you need to remind yourself to check in, post your sweaty selfie or post a meal or whatever it is. Just make it like a reminder on your phone so you know, you remember to check in. That makes it easy on us. I'm just going to be honest right now, because your coaches, if we see you posting, we know you're doing it and we know you're doing okay, and you know we don't need to check in with you as often. But it also makes it good for you to have that accountability, right? To know that, okay, I didn't post today, I have to post every day. And it just kind of like reminds you, okay, well, I didn't work out yet. Well, let me go get it done because I got to post in the group. It does help. And then communicate with your coach, have an open communication, let them know what you're struggling with, or if you are doing well, you know, whatever it is, just have that open communication. Make sure you send your progress pics to your coach. If you don't want her to share it, just tell her. Normally we don't share without permission, but if that's a concern to you, make sure that you just, you know, you tell her, I really don't want anybody else to see these but you. Share your progress on social media. Tell people what you're doing. I know that it sounds weird if you're not a coach, but it does help hold you accountable. I promise you, it will inspire you. It will motivate other people. It's just a good thing all around. It can be a little scary in the beginning, but you're going to find that more people support you than not. And so, you know, I highly encourage you guys to do that. I think I did it. Did I do it in less than an hour? Boom, 52 minutes. What questions do you guys have?
I have 3, 4, maybe more. Okay. If you find out you're hungry in the middle of the day, you can add to your green containers, right?
Well, I'm sorry. Shane asked me a question at the same time. What was yours?
So if you find out you're more hungry during a meal, you can always add more green containers, right?
Yes, you can.
Okay. Can you use beach bars?
Yes. There's a container container count for it. I think it's 1 red, half a yellow, and an orange.
Okay. And then can you use Daily Sunshine?
You can use Daily Sunshine.
Okay. That's what I figured.
Yeah, it would count as a red.
Gotcha. Okay. That was my 3.
All right. Cool.
So yesterday at work, one of our managers put in her 2-day notice, and Sunday is her last day. So I went from mostly days to an erratic schedule. Would that first time nutrition mess it up?
It's going to be more challenging for you. It's going to be more challenging. That being said, I did 80-day obsession while traveling international. Okay. So it's possible it may alter your results a little bit.
Mommy.
But I did do it. I just made sure that in a 24-hour period, I had all my containers. And you might have to adjust it. It may not be perfect. You know what I mean?
I know
but
it's going to be hard because I had it all set and timed out on my meal plan that I use. That I got a Google sheet. I have times written down on it and everything. And then she threw us for a loop. He instantly promoted 2 managers, so hopefully it won't be too long. And they'll
yeah,
be completely trained because they're already crew members, so they know everything about the paperwork.
gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, it might be a little
Yeah.
challenging, but it can be done. Do the best you can. Best you can. You might, hopefully it'll adjust somewhere along the way for you and you'll find a little bit of a better schedule. People do it with people that work nights do this. And I know it's a little bit more challenging, but it definitely can be done. And you might have to find those little hacks like the power greens, that's a hack. For me, it's a hack because it's such an easy green where when you don't have the time to prep that meal or eat that, more the stomach. Like if it's an odd time, oh, it's early in the morning, I just got off work and I don't want to eat, that might be something that will be helpful. Jackie said, did you take weights on trips to use the gym? I use the gym, but I had an extra set of sliders and bands that I kept in my travel bag to make sure I didn't forget them, because I did forget them a lot of times. And so what I ended up doing was just buying an extra set and leaving it in my bag so that I would never not have them. One thing is sometimes you get to the gym and there is no weights, depending, as a flight attendant, I know that I needed to sometimes adjust that. So on the occasions that did happen, I would just swap the day out. It's not the best, but I sometimes had to do that. For example, if it was leg day and I got to a hotel that did not have weights, did not have free weights, or didn't have a gym or whatever it was, or I didn't have access to the gym, whatever, you guys know what I mean. I would just do cardio core in my room because cardio core didn't require weights, or cardio flow. And I would just swap out that day. And then when I got home, I would redo the workout that I missed. You want to follow the calendar as best as possible because the way it is created, you're not going to be working the same muscle groups over and over. So you're, for example, AAA has a lot of, no, Triple A is a bad example. Booty day. So booty day, you don't ever want to do booty day followed by leg day because you're working out the same muscle groups. So you'd want to spread those out. But if it's like a cardio and you just want to stick it in the middle, you can do that. So you might, again, it might be like Laura's situation where it's not 100% perfect, but you do the best you can. Do I need to account for breastfeeding in my caloric intake? Absolutely, 100%. Yes, you do. You add in 500 calories to your final number. So if you do or you have two options. You can do the weight loss and add 500 to the end result that you get at 500, or you can do the maintenance plan, which I would recommend do the maintenance because you really shouldn't be focused on weight loss when you're breastfeeding. Weight loss will happen, but you don't want to mess with your milk supply. So I would just go with the maintenance calories rather than the adding the 500. So do the maintenance, Sarah. I think that would be the best. I'm trying to sign up for a discount coach. Does buying this program count? Yes, absolutely, 100%. So if you're a regular client and you want to do the discount coaching, just go on the website. You'll see there's a little tab that says become a coach. Fill out your paperwork. It's going to require you to pay $39. I think it is $40, something like that. But that's waived for anybody that buys a challenge pack. So if you already bought a challenge pack, all you need to do is ask your coach for a form that you submit, and you literally just fill out your information, and they will refund you within 48 hours for the $40 that you paid. So you actually can do it for free. It doesn't cost you anything, but you have to pay it first, and then they will refund you. And they do it. They're very good about it. They'll refund you within 48 hours to the card that you used to buy your program. Shane O'Brien has a question.
Do you know what
Does that relate to any of their obsession?
One question, 2 words.
Yes, I want to go to jiu-jitsu. Soon. The call's supposed to end at 9:30, but I'm answering questions.
We have to bring your house. Question.
I don't know.
I just went out. Here we go. Unless Mel, I look it. No.
Yeah, work it out with Mel.
Okay, good. Thank you. Next question.
Silly boy. He's so silly. You're welcome. You're welcome, Jackie. If you need any help, just message me. I'm online. I can help you. That's it. That's all I got. So I know questions will come up as we go. We'll do our best to just stick together in the group. If you are, I'm going to make an option there where if you are doing 80-day obsession and you want the accountability to go in a chat with all of us, with the coaches, you guys can. So you can hop on that. You can ask your questions through there. You can post it in the group. But our main focus is just to give you guys all the resources, the tools that you need to be successful with the program. It does sound a little bit intense. Don't get intimidated by it. You can definitely 100% do it. There is a modifier. I think I forgot to mention that for all the workouts. I know that I'm going to be following her a ton because I am not in the best shape of my life right now, but I will be by the end of these 80 days. I'm very excited about our 97 days. I will be, so I'm very excited about that. This is my favorite program of all times. I've seen so many amazing transformations. Lacey, how many rounds have you done of 80-day obsession?
This will be my 4th round.
4th round. So you started last year in January with it, right?
Mm-hmm.
How much weight did you lose?
In 2 rounds, I lost the first 2 rounds. Oh, I don't have a scale, so it was probably in the 50s, 50, 58 pounds.
That's incredible. How much weight have you lost altogether?
80, 83, 84.
Guys, doesn't that give you chills? How amazing is that? How amazing is that? Like, that's incredible. You should see her arms. She's wearing a hoodie right now, but if you saw her arms, you'd be so inspired.
And you can bulk up if you want to with this program. Like, it's super simple. If that's something that you want to do, it's you can do it.
Yeah, absolutely. I saw so many amazing transformations when I did it with the test group, because I know that everybody followed it to the T and everybody was doing, the program like exactly how it was meant to be done. We had some amazing transformations, and so I'm pumped. I'll give you guys going for classic. Oh, Lacey, you should do classic. You should still do it.
I don't know if I'm I don't know. I thought about it.
Oh, we're still gonna push you to do that. That would be awesome. That would be so awesome. What was I going to tell you guys? Oh, I am going to upload all of the meal plans for all of the phases and I have a ton of them. So I will put like different meal plans and stuff to give you guys idea. Jackie, if you need any help with what to pack in your lunchbox, you can message me too for that, because I know that's a challenge for us who fly. What was I going to say? Yeah, I'll have all the meal plans in there. So it doesn't matter what bracket you're in, you're going to find a meal plan in there. If you don't and you need help with meal planning, let me know. The meal planning and the meal prepping is probably the hardest part for most people. So next week, I'm going to take some time and walk through the process with you guys. I also have a meal prep guide that I'm going to put in there. So that gives you all, like, if you never meal prepped in your life, just follow that guide. It will show you exactly what to do. So I'll throw that in there as well. So you guys have access to that, and I'll put all the meal plans in there. I have to go to jiu-jitsu with my husband now, so I'll be home around noon. And then at noon, you guys will see, I'll sit down and I'll work on that group, and I'll put all the meal plans and all that stuff in. And if you guys have any questions, just message me. I love this program. It's like my baby. So I'm more than happy to help anybody with it.
Bianca, do you want me to put the program that I have, the Google Sheet?
Whatever you have. Whatever you have. I'll add you as an admin so you can put in the files, and whatever you have for 80-day obsession that you think will be helpful for them. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, the fabric slide. I'm using those fabric bands for most of like the stuff around the legs, and they help really well.
Cool.
And then the rubber ones for like your feet and arms.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, links for equipment that you bought that you liked. Whatever you guys have that you think will help, by all means, yeah, post it in there. Any tips, anything, you guys, yeah, please. All right, guys, let's take a picture, because we take a picture. That's what we do. All right, say cheese. I think I got it. All right, and I'll do that. I'll get to that this afternoon. Okay, guys? Thank you for hopping on the call. I'm so excited. You guys excited? I'm so excited for Monday. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. All right, I'll see you guys later. Bye.